Greetings from the Erie Coast. This is Matt Shad. So I had a interesting conversation with somebody in my building, and so they kind of know that I'm a prepper. It's okay. They know that I'm a vet, so that they know that I'm a vet. And all the things associated with Marine Corps vets. Yeah. Of course, I don't drink that much. I really don't. I'll tell you the truth. Wow, eyes really red. I just took a shower. But no, there's none of that. Nope. but so kind of, they're all a lot older than me, of course, and they like to have friends, and they kind of look out for each other, and I guess they kind of wanted to welcome me into the fold, which is great. I was like, yeah, I've already helped a few people out already, just doing my thing, being neighborly. They're like, well, I've seen your canning, and I think they've been watching my videos, but they're like, yeah, so you're one of those doomsday preppers. What's that? Doomsday prepper. Okay. So I basically said, well, doomsday, I wouldn't say doomsday, but yeah, I'm definitely going to have some fun in doomsday. As much fun as allowed me. But I had questions for him. I was like, so do you prep? Do you prepare? Do you stock up? Basically they don't use the word prep. It's more like, well, we stock up around here. Winter can be harsh, and it's just ingrained in people around here to stock up for the winter, and they stock up all kinds of things. They stock up if they have a house. They all have a fireplace, so they stock up wood. Wood here is sold in cords, and everybody's cutting wood. There's hardwoods. There's great wood for fireplaces around here. It's the way it's been. Natural gas, heating gas and oil is pumped throughout the whole city and the suburbia jungle. Hell, 100 years ago, they used coal in their boiler rooms. And those boiler rooms could go from coal to wood to, whatever. My building itself has a boiler room, which is pretty neat. But so, I asked some questions. And I said, okay, all right, you've got some food, obviously. You've got shelter. You've got heat. You've got this, you've got that. So I said, how much food do you have? How much food would you have if the power went out? What do you mean? What do you mean the power goes out? The power never goes out. But it has. It has, hasn't it? There have been times when the power just goes out. Oh, yeah, but they fixed that. Well, think of it this way. What if they couldn't? What if nobody went to work to provide power? What if nobody went to work to provide water? What if nobody went to work and stocked the shelves at your local food market? Well, why would they do that? Because things happen. Shit happens. And it has happened. Many, many times, actually. Not in, most of our lifetimes. No. Some, we've actually experienced it. Me living on the beach, yeah, hurricanes come through, boom, no power. Congratulations. What do you do? Oh, and if you're listening to the radio, don't drink the water. It's tainted because they can't process the raw sewage. What? What do you mean? Well, the raw sewage that comes from our house makes it to a water treatment facility where they do all these little things to it. That requires power. That requires people to do all these things and some resources, chemicals and whatnot, what have you. It's a process. When there's a hurricane, there's no more process. Raw sewage gets into your drinking water. Your portable water is now tainted. Don't drink it. Really? Yes. Yes, indeed. That's what we learned in South Carolina. The hard way. Power for weeks, no power for weeks. Flooding. I mean, we went through it all. I guess I would fill up my bathtub with water before it all happened. What if it just happened? What if you were at work? What if you were away? What if you were asleep? And you woke up to no power, no water, because something happened. Well, what do you think would happen? Anything could happen. Alien invasion. The Chinese and the Canadians come across Lake Ontario. I mean, whatever, There's a myriad of possibilities. We get 30 inches of snow overnight. Well, no, it's not impossible. No, it's not impossible. So how much food, how much water, how much power would you have right here, right now, if everything stopped? And he got him to thinking. Well, there's all kinds of water around here. Let's go. Okay, all right, let's go there. Let's go there. We got water. Yeah, that's true. We got a freaking Lake Erie, which is all fresh water. Yeah, that's great. We've got all kinds of rivers and all kinds of creeks, right? Yeah, that's awesome. That's yeah, we got flowing water coming out of the freaking rocks, right? Okay. How are you going to purify that water? What? Well, that water is tainted. You can't drink that water. It will kill you. It will make you sick. How's that? Well, I mean, obviously you go down the list, SCARDA and protozoids, and not to mention all the chemicals and pesticides and tarpon, that comes off the road, and all the stuff that just gets right into the water, into the actual local water supply. Flows out of the creek. How are you going to filter that? Oh, I don't know. I don't know how to do that. I have no idea. You got to drink. You got to drink water. That's very important. Drinking water is extremely important. I was like, okay. So what if I told you, yeah, there's ways to filter water? There is? Yeah. There's ways. You can buy filters. You can do your own little water filtration systems. You can boil water, which did come up in a conversation. I'd boil water. Okay, all right. Distill water. Oh, okay. All right, that's even better. Can't drink that forever. But how are you going to boil the water? Oh, you can't use your stove. There's no power. You going to go on your balcony and build a fire? Do you know how to Build a fire. and okay, so say you go to the creek with a bucket. Creeks are everywhere. There's creeks, there's ditches. Say you do that. Who's going to protect you? Because, even though you're going through this, everybody else is going through this too. What's stopping them from taking your water? What's stopping them from following you home, and taking away everything you have? Do you have ways and means to protect yourself? Wow, I don't like to brag, but I do have a gun. I have a pistol. Oh, okay, all right. 22. Oh, okay, all right. We are just checking off the list here. Okay, we're doing great. When's the last time you shot your gun? I ask questions. Oh, it's been years. Oh, you can't shoot it around here. No, can't shoot it in the city limits. No. When's the last time you cleaned your gun? How many bullets do you have for said gun? Oh, I got a box. Yeah. Okay, box 22. You've probably had for 20 years, right? Yeah, how'd you know? Yeah. I have to. All right. So, I don't know, maybe a box of 50, maybe a box of 100, maybe it's a loose box or whatever. Am I right? Am I in the ballpark? Yeah, how'd you know that? Okay. The longer you have those bullets, and you just have them stored in a closet somewhere because you got to keep them safe, right? Well, what if I told you that a third of those bullets are not going to fire due to corrosion? What? You gonna take them back and get your money back? Didn't think to get sealed primers and sealed casings? Non-corrosive type bullets? No, of course not. But you didn't think to vacuum seal them and put a little desiccant in there? Or seal them up and put a desiccant moisture eater or even a moisture oxygen absorber. I do the same thing. Didn't think to do that? No. Yeah. When was the last time you oiled your gun? Oh. The Marine in me was like, push. But see where I'm going? I started asking questions, and he just could not answer. The answers he was giving told him everything he needed to know about what he needed to do. And she's doing right now. So, I also asked the question. I was like, okay, all right. Say you figure out food and water. All right, and you're a tough old bird. You can take some cold. That's all right. Just bundle up. What about your dog? Is your dog going to eat what you eat? Dogs have to drink water too. He's got a big dog. Big. It's like 5 of charity. What if your dog gets sick? Do you have the necessary medications? Do you have the necessary skills to fix her? Fix him. Fix your dog if something goes wrong. Say they break a leg or they eat the wrong piece of trash out there. They just ate the wrong piece of grass. Dogs do that. Dogs get sick sometimes. Oftentimes they get over it. Are you going to feed your dog? What are you going to feed him? How are you going to keep your dog warm? Just simple questions. No answers. Most of society is like this. But there is hope, because they're seeking out people like you and me. And I mean, I've often said it. If I am ever the voice of reason, shit has really hit the fan. So and another thing, which this is the one good thing around here, is that people want to get to know each other so that they can rely on each other. Just in case. That's what they told me. We want to get to know you so we can, if need be, I can help you and you can help me. And yeah, that's great. I like that idea. That's great. But don't think you're going to eat all my food. So, things to ponder in your neighborhood, in your area, in your neighbors. Here my neighbors are literally right on top of me. And I've already been told, well, yeah, if something happens, they have a meeting. They have their own clique here. So they have meetings, and they discuss things and talk about things. And of course, mostly they talk about other people. Yeah, so. Just some things to think about. What are you going to tell those who approach you and ask you questions? Because they really, really want to know what they don't know what they really don't know what they need to know. Now, there's some here that I've talked to. There's one older lady. She's about in her 90s, so and she's from some old country. I don't know where the hell, man. I love her accent, and she makes the best damn food. Everybody can smell it. And yeah, she's cooking, she's canning, she's growing things, in from wherever country she was from. That it was rough times. So when she came here to the land of milk and honey, she took full advantage and is going crazy. She's got more food and more things. I hear what people talk. She's a hoarder. I think no, she's not a hoarder. She's a prepper. Of course, she has 10,000 rolls of toilet paper. Wouldn't you? If you spent a time without toilet paper. So, just wanted to throw that out there. It was kind of a interesting deal, interesting conversation, and I just left it there with the questions, and it went from him investigating me to see what kind of weirdo doomsday prepper I am, to going, maybe I need to go get some beans and rice here. Maybe I need to get some canned foods. Maybe I need to go get another gun. I offered to go to the range with him. Like, yeah, let's go. Come on. It's right down the street. There's ranges here, like, all over the damn place. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. It's great. There is some, obviously here in the great state of Ohio, they open carry, and they have some other laws that are. It's a very bipolar kind of state. There's open carry. There's also obviously the concealed weapons permit, which is fairly easy to get. Same thing. It's like an 8-hour course, and some money, and you wait for a background check and all this and that. But any kind of concealed weapon holder, if stopped by the police, has the duty to inform them promptly that they're carrying a gun. In most states, it's not even an issue. It's not even police don't even ask, or they don't even say nothing. They don't expect anything, and it's just I've been pulled over many times and had a gun on me, and they never knew. There's no reason for me to tell them, and they didn't ask, so I didn't say anything. Here, they can arrest you if for some strange reason you did not inform them that you have a weapon on you, and they search you or find out that you do, then you go into jail. There was a case in point where a lady had a irate man that she couldn't get out of her home. Basically, he was trespassing. I don't know the deal. I don't know the situation. Apparently, he used to live there, and somehow he got inside the home. Maybe he broke in. Maybe she let him in to talk, but he started going crazy and he was throwing things around. And so, like any woman, law-abiding citizen, she called the cops. And the cops showed up, and she's sitting out there, and she's got her purse. I was gonna say book bag, but she had her purse on her elbow, and sitting there like no, yeah, this guy, and get him out of here. And then she said, because I don't want to shoot him. And the police been sitting there talking to her for a while, and the police said, "What do you mean you don't want to shoot him? Do you have a gun on you now?" She's like, "Oh yeah, right here in my purse. I have a concealed weapons permit." They're like, "Oh, really? Is that right? Well, you're going to jail." Took her ass to jail. And they took the guy to jail, too. I mean, he didn't get away. He didn't get away scot-free. They put her in handcuffs, put her in a car, took her weapon, all this and that. The duty to promptly inform. Duty to inform promptly that you're carrying a concealed weapon. Now, in a lot of states, if you get pulled over, it's customary to give them your CWP. Here you go. And most cops are like, I didn't see that. Put it away. Put it. I don't want to deal with it because it's an issue. It's a problem. It's a process. Then they got to call for backup. Then they got to take your weapon. Then they got to make it clear. Then they got to run the freaking the numbers on it, and they're finger fucking it and fucking it all up and putting scratches on it, and they're like, they don't want to be liable for fucking up your gun, or say it automatically, there's an accidental discharge. Ooh. They don't know. They don't know what the hell kind of state your weapon's in, So, and plus you're handing them a loaded weapon. It just makes them so fucking nervous. So they don't want to deal with it. And most of them are just like, just go, get out of here, go. Some have made a big deal about it, and I've been, privy to that. Hell of it. Some can be dicks, but most of them are just like, whatever. No big deal. They run into it all the time. We are an armed society. Oh wow, the sun is setting, and most of the area is dark. The sky's dark, but it's illuminating just the treetops that have changed color. It's quite beautiful. Can't show you. Sorry. I'm distracted by the beauty of this place. So. Anyway, to tell you all this, because I'm telling you all this, there's a law coming up that they're going to go constitutional carry here, meaning that if anybody wants a fucking concealed weapons permit, they can get it as long as they can pass a background check, yada yada yada. And they're going to do away with the duty to inform promptly law. Whatever. They also have some other laws that you can't carry a loaded weapon in your car. You can if you have a concealed weapons permit. So if they make it a constitutional carry, you can carry this thing, condition 1, wherever you want to go, concealed or not. It's up to you. So it's already went through all the proper channels, and it's making its way for someone to sign it into a law. So it looks favorable that Ohio is going to be in that constitutional carry. which is pretty neat. There's a lot of guns here. Everybody's got a gun. Matter of fact, the most prominent gun here is the AK-47. Everybody's got one. Yeah. AK-47 has a very distinctive sound when fired upon you. And it also has the ability to make most cover that you hide behind into Swiss cheese. But I just thought that would be interesting to note. Yeah. So, without divulging a lot of information, a lot of intel, which was what they were doing, what he was doing, what he was put up to do by the group, by the clique in this area, now he's got some explaining to do. Now he's got questions of his own, and they're going to be questioning. And so I suspect that later on down the road, I'm going to get hit by one. They're going to just, want to talk to me. And, like this guy is like, hey, why don't you come over and have a beer? I'm like, okay. Ladies are going to be like, hey, why don't you have some tea? I've got some nice soup if you want to come on over. Okay. I see where this is going. And so that's how you build a mag, right? That's how you build a community. That's how you become part of a community. And for the most part, we do live in a society where everybody is just, what? I don't want to talk to you. And they go about their business, and they got blinders on. They're looking at, they see the world through emojis and likes and dislikes. So there is a lot of that. And I have to admit that I will walk my dog sometimes and look at my phone. But most of the time, that damn thing. This thing just, it's very tiring. So, people with masks. Love it. Yeah. My beard is my mask. So, yeah, I thought it would be interesting to talk about that and ask those questions. What would you say to a non-prepper? That non-prepper conversation. So why did they? Am I being interviewed? Because there's a possibility that something might happen, and they, trying to find allies. I do hear a lot of shit. A lot of people sit around and watch the news, and they yell, cuss, and scream, and go, "What the fuck?" I hear this, and small talk. Oftentimes, when you go to the mailbox, it's the small talk about the state of the union, the state of the world nowadays, and did you hear what Trader Joe just did? And let's go, Brandon, and so you hear things, and that they know something's going on. And when somebody says, in my 70 years I was on this world, I haven't seen it this kind of messed up in all my life. I haven't seen it like this in a long time, ever. And we do have some vets too. And matter of fact, the one guy I talked to was a vet. So, think about what you would say, and that's just where I went. I just started asking questions. It was obvious they were going to ask me questions. But I started asking them questions. And now they've got some questioning of themselves they have to do. So, this has been Mad Shad, encouraging you all to continue to train, continue to prep, and think about it. Because everybody knows, it's a mad, mad world out there.